Hey, this is Joshua. Just wanted to let you in on what it was like to buy my first investment property. So before I ever bought my first investment property, I actually looked at around 150 homes. I was looking before the crash of 06, 07, 08. It was really interesting because my market was so hot that I would go around looking at houses, and I didn't know what I was doing really at the time. I had done quite a bit of reading and studying on it, but I would look at houses and I had a little formula, and it's the same formula we use today. I was using my little formula and trying to figure out how to buy a house without getting in trouble. And it was really interesting because there were people buying houses they were spending somewhere between $30,000 and $60,000 more than what I thought that I could buy the house for, and I was struggling very deeply on how to get a house bought. But I kept plugging away, and it was kind of funny because a lot of my family members were like, "Where is Joshua again? He's looking at houses in La Crosse," and I didn't live up in La Crosse. I still don't. I live a little bit out of town from La Crosse. But they were confused about why I was spending so much time looking at houses and walking through houses, because I really wanted to be in the real estate business. So the interesting thing is as I continued to look and look, I started to see that that the formula was right and it was working, and I was able to put my first house under contract where the numbers worked out. I did all the work on my first one by myself. I did hire some friends and family to help out. And then on the second one that I bought, I actually bought it on accident, if that makes any sense. I was writing so many offers on the first one that all of a sudden one of the houses that I'd written an offer on they started countering back and forth with me right after I bought my first one. And I just kept countering because I thought, what if the numbers work out, it's a good deal. And all of a sudden the realtor called and she was like, I got some good news and bad news. And I said, "Well, tell me the bad news first." She goes, "Well, the bad news is that you got the house." And I said, "What's the good news?" She goes, "Good news, you got the house." And I literally asked my wife at that time, like, "Man, do I really want a second one?" But the good thing is I bought with the formula. It's called the Mayo formula. And it is a very helpful tool. It basically goes like this. It goes, whatever your purchase price is, you look at the after repaired value first. So once the house is fixed up and put back on the market, what is it going to be worth? You take that and you subtract your profit of 20%, and you subtract your holding cost of 10%. And then, so if it was a $100,000 house, you would be spending about $70,000 to buy it, and then $100,000 after repaired value, and then whatever the fix-up was going to be, you would then subtract that as well. So let's say the fix-up was going to be $15,000 instead of $70,000. You could only pay $65,000, and then that is the maximum allowable offer, which is what Mayo stands for. So the Mayo formula, if it was $15,000 fix-up, you would spend you'd get 20% in profit on $100,000 after repaired value, 10% holding costs, so bring you to 70. And another 15 would be, sorry, not 65, 55,000 would be the maximum allowable offer. From there, you would not want to, my instructor told me that you would not want to pay that. So you need to pay less than that 65,000. And in the case of my first one, I got it, I actually paid, I think I paid 65,000, and it was worth 130 when I bought it. Finished. And the reason that formula is so valuable is even on my first one, my fix-up went about 15,000 over. The beautiful part about it is the actual after repaired value was actually higher than what I calculated that. So I was fine on my fix-up. And the problem is if you pay too much at the beginning, it's very difficult to recover from that because you make your money when you buy and then you realize it when you sell. So that's how I got into real estate. I looked at lots of houses. I got the first one under contract, started to work on it, and right away I got a second one under contract. The second one, I believe, my value, after repaired value, was somewhere around 200. It didn't need as much work, and so I believe my maximum offer on that was around 128. and my realtor got it under contract for 118. So both of them were very good deals, and both of them were very profitable for me as well. Just want to let you know a little bit about what we do here and how we buy. We also use private investors such as yourself to fund the deals. Because we buy them right, we're able to actually pay a higher percentage on the actual dollars. So if you have investment capital that you'd like to invest and you'd like to buy real estate, but you don't want the headaches of dealing with the fix-up or dealing with realtors or dealing with tenants or dealing with contractors, we actually offer a very comparable rate to what you would make even if you did the deal on your own. And if you'd like to know more about it or just like to talk about real estate, have any questions, I love to talk about real estate and business in general. So you can reach out to me at 608-306-1199. That's my cell phone. You can reach me at any time. I hope you enjoyed this little video about how I bought